3xy. The value of the limit is 6. The point a comma b is 1 comma 2. So, this is given to us. Now, what is the definition? As I told you, we always start with the given epsilon. So, I am writing that let epsilon greater than 0 be given. And what is our aim? Our aim is to find delta such that whenever 0 less than x minus a means 1 mod of x minus 1 less than delta, and 0 less than mod of y minus b less than delta, these two together should imply f x y minus L is 6 is less than epsilon. So, again I want to find a delta, so that this condition is true. So, let us work out on this expression, okay. Under what condition it will become less than epsilon. So, I am considering f x y minus 6. As usual in the method 1 I have shown you what to do. F x y is 3 x y. I told you that in place of x and y you subtract and add a and b respectively. So, wherever x is there I am adding and subtracting a. What is a? A equal to 1 and b is equal to 2. So, this I can write as 3 into x minus 2 plus 2 y minus 3 into x minus 1 plus 1, because a is 1 and b is equal to 2. So, y minus 2 plus 2 and minus 6. Okay. It is not exactly same, you will see later on what is the other thing which is required in this problem solving. This is equal to, now I will expand this way, 3 into this and then 3 into 1. Okay. Or let us write like this, a plus b and c plus d. So, 3 is outside, I am writing x minus 1 into y minus 2, okay. Then plus x minus 1 into 2, that is 2 times x minus 1, then 1 into y minus 2. So, plus 1 into y minus 2, so only y minus 2, plus 1 into 2, that is 2 and minus 6. You understand? Thus expanding that a plus b into c plus d method. So, this is equal to, now multiplying by 3 you will get 3 into x minus 1 into y minus 2, then 3 into 2 6 into x minus 1, then 3 into y minus 2. So, 3 into y minus 2, then 3 into 2, that is 6 and minus 6. So, these two will be cancelled. So, you will get this thing. Now, this is equal to, I can write okay, this the triangle inequality not only for two numbers, it can be applied for any number of terms, means you can have this thing also, mod of a plus b plus c less than or equal to mod a plus mod b plus mod c. If you remember in the previous problem we have only two terms, but triangular inequality is true for any number of terms. You can have any number, means n number of terms, a1 plus a2 plus a3 up to n less than or equal to mod a1 plus mod a2 up to mod an. So, this is a, this is b, this is c. So, it is less than or equal to mod of 3 into x minus 1 y minus 2 plus mod of 6 into x minus 1 plus 3 into y minus 2, y minus 2. Okay. Now, this I can write as 3 into mod of x minus 1 into mod of y minus 2 plus 6 into mod of x minus 1 plus 3 into mod of y minus 2. See, even if there is a minus sign, suppose here we are having all the positive terms, but suppose there is a minus sign here in place of this plus 3, then also you can write less than or equal to plus, because of this result, as you know, mod of a minus b is less than or equal to mod of a plus b, it is always true, and this is less than or equal to mod a plus mod b. Okay. So, we can write like this, and now each of this term is less than delta. So, this is less than 3 into delta plus 6 into delta plus 3 into delta, provided what, the two conditions x minus 1 less than delta and mod of y minus 2 is less than delta. Now, you see that we are getting in the first term here 3 into delta square, and here 6 delta plus 3 delta is 9 delta, okay, 9 delta. Now, how to think of delta which gives you this value equal to epsilon or less than epsilon? It is very difficult. So, we use some other technique. Whenever there is a delta square, delta cube, any such term occurs, then we think of putting another condition on delta. So, we choose our delta, means we put this restriction, okay, one must choose delta only between 0 and 1. Now, what is the advantage of taking delta between 0 and 1? If you choose any number between 0 and 1, and if you square it or if you take a cube, then number will become smaller, means delta square is less than delta, delta cube is also less than delta, and so on. Remember this is always true, delta greater than delta square, greater than delta cube, greater than delta raised to 4, and so on. Whenever number is between 0 and 1, then only this will be true. Okay. So, I want to use this fact, okay, for a number if I put a condition. So, now let us assume that our delta which we are going to select is only between 0 and 1. So, for this delta I can write delta square less than delta and delta cube is less than delta. So, under this condition, okay, if 0 less than delta less than 1 is true, then we get our expression which was f x y minus 6 and which we got as less than 3 delta square plus 9 delta. Now, I can write less than 3 delta plus 9 delta. This delta I am keeping as it is, and this delta square is replaced by delta because of this important condition, delta square is less than delta. So, what do we get finally? We get 12 delta, 3 plus 9 is 12 delta. So, I made this f x y minus 6 less than 12 delta. So, now from this it is very simple, okay, what should be selected as delta, so that this will be less than epsilon. So, this is less than epsilon if delta is less than epsilon by 12. If I take delta equals to epsilon by 12 or less than epsilon by 12, this will become less than epsilon. Okay. So, you understand, okay, in this whole discussion we have put two conditions on selecting delta. One is this, it should be between 0 and 1 and it should be less than this number epsilon by 12. So, whenever we have two numbers, means whenever we want to select a number which is less than some constant and another constant, we have to take minimum of these two, means if x is less than a and x is less than b, then x must be less than minimum of a and b. So, therefore, if we write, okay, taking delta is equal to minimum of what 1, because delta is less than 1 here and delta is less than epsilon by 12, we get both the conditions satisfied. We get f x y minus L is less than epsilon. So, our requirement is true. What I have proved? Okay, for every epsilon there is some delta is equal to minimum of 1 and epsilon by 12. Whatever the number is smaller, that we choose a delta, such that whenever 0 less than x minus 1 less than delta and 0 less than y minus 2 less than delta implies f x y minus L, that is 6 is less than epsilon, and this proves, okay, limit x y tends to a b, that is x y tends to 1 to f x y, that is 3 x y is equal to 6. Okay. So, we have solved the two basic problems about the limit. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss some more complicated problems and also take another concept of discussing how to prove a given limit or the limit of a function does not exist. There are two approaches how to check that limit of a function does not exist. So, because of the time limitation, I cannot complete that, but in the next lecture, next Tuesday when we meet, I am going to continue with this same topic and discuss that non-existence of the limit and also continuity. I hope you have learned something, and with this I come to an end of this lecture. Thank you very much.